All right. We'd like to say welcome one and all to another Mikey Live program. I am your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean. We are always here to update you on what's taking place in Grenada, Carriacou, Pitimonik, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, the Turks and Caicos Island. I mean, you just name it. We'll tell you what's taking place, and we are here to do the same thing tonight again. For those of you who are looking at this in the daytime, probably after the live stream, we say hello to you as well. The first time viewers, good day, night, whatever time it is in your time zone, wherever you are. And for those of you who are always here, we call you the usual suspects. We'd like to say hello to you. We appreciate your presence all the time. This is what we call Mikey Live, news discussed, not told. Of course, we give you everything, the good, the bad, and, well, the Mikey. Folks, in our headlines for tonight, we'll talk about the health minister's update on COVID-19. As well, non-Pariel men caught with, check this out, over $1 million worth of drugs by police. We'll talk about that. Unvaccinated workers at the St. George's University denied entry today. And the opposition leader isn't in support of mandatory use of the COVID-19 vaccine at this time. All right, and as well, SU, we'll hear from them as well. We have a correspondence that we received from the school. Attorney Ruggles Ferguson, who is currently standing by, weighs in on mandatory vaccination conversation. We'll talk to him in a moment. Grenada government, they're offering lottery tickets as incentive for incentives for persons who are to be vaccinated or those who have already received their vaccine. Well, you are in it to win it. We have that and more to talk, these and more to talk to you about in a moment, people. But we have to take a break first. We got to let you know, though, that the headlines is brought to you through the kind compliments of the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Real Value IGA Supermarket, the Housing Authority of Grenada, Coach Grenada Limited, Digicel, NAWASA, the Ministry of Health. We want to say thank you to all the sponsors, all the supporters of this program. You know what I mean? Yeah. Good people. And I encourage you to support these businesses. Folks, we're taking a break, and we will return shortly. I tell you, when we come back, it will be real news in all your Lili Lulu. So brace yourself, we're coming back. If you have not yet done so, we'd like to encourage you to please go ahead and share the business. We can hit the share button, and of course, other people will get to see that we are live. For those of you who are viewing via YouTube, we ask you to do the same. Share the business. All right, we are coming back.
Refresh and win. Refresh and win $10,000 cash with Coca-Cola. Yes, you could be the lucky winner of $10,000 cash when you enjoy a 591 ml or 355 ml Coca-Cola original taste or 591 ml Sprite. Look under the special yellow cap to find your unique code and text to 423-1131 or enter via the web portal lnq.in/Coca-Cola-GD to win weekly cash prizes, grocery vouchers, meal vouchers, mobile credits, free Coca-Cola, or the grand prize of $10,000 cash. Refresh and enter as often as you like. Coca-Cola, open for better. Terms and conditions apply. Visit Coca-Cola Grenada on Facebook and Instagram for details. Please follow all COVID-19 protocols when redeeming prizes.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, they easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. NAWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
And that's what they always tell us, that they are committed to meeting customers' needs. Now we have this update for you. The Public Works Division within the Ministry of Carrier Crew and Pediatric Affairs and Local Government would like to inform the general public that the electrical inspection will be on the, or inspector that is, will be on the island of Carrier Crew from Wednesday 16th to Friday 18th June 2021. All individuals wishing to utilize the services of the electrical inspector, you are kindly asked to visit or call the Public Works Division at telephone number 443-6026. Well, you know, that's important, all right? So that is really important for them to do right now. And the next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, is that today was no ordinary day for folks in the Ministry of Health, for folks of the St. George's University, for both staff and well, some of them who have not been vaccinated. And of course, we're going to tell you about that. But before we go there, let's just take an update, first of all, a COVID-19 update from the Ministry of Health. You know, all this small one. Yeah, small one ready for mass. From the Ministry of Health. Now, today, the Ministry of Health hosted their weekly press conference, and today the Minister for Health gave an update of Grenada's COVID-19 situation.
We do not have any cases in Grenada at present or in quarantine. At present, as of yesterday, 18,796 persons had received their first dose, and 9,824 have received their second dose. We do have information as well that between the Ministry of Health and Royal Grenada Police Force, they're following a lead of 2 additional persons who may have snuck in from St. Vincent. And once we have more information, we will give an update. When last I was here, I'm sure you are aware, but just to repeat, there was another individual who had snuck in from Trinidad. That person turned himself in, and I think proceedings are continuing with respect to the legal action, etc., for that person. I urge members of the community to remain vigilant and to protect yourselves. Your neighbors or your friends may assist in sneaking someone into Grenada. That would be putting us all at risk. And I encourage individuals, as they have been, encourage individuals to bring information forward to the police or Ministry of Health if they suspect that someone has come in illegally into Grenada, or that someone has not followed the proper procedures with respect to quarantine, health clearance, etc. in entering Grenada.
All right, thank you very much, the Minister for Health. All right, and so today, unvaccinated workers at the St. George's University, they were denied entry into the facility. Now, they were warned by the school that failure to be vaccinated before the 15th of the month would result in them being denied entry. And so they made good on that threat. And so today, some of the workers were outside who attempted to go into work as normal. They were not allowed entry. And so this is what they had to say about their position.
Well, I'm a worker at the street, right? The school has decided that you need to be vaccinated to come in here, right? As far as I'm concerned, according to our Prime Minister, he says this is not mandatory. Our Prime Minister said that. So my question is, what's the law? What's our constitutional rights as a people in this country? What grounds does the school or any employer have to deprive people of employment? You understand? This vaccination has so many ambiguities to it that, well, as you know, Grenadians are skeptical. You understand? We are listening to the news. Information is not only accessible to those in authority, and it's accessible to everybody. We see, we hear, we know what's going on. You understand? So I'm here at this point. You are asking me to put something in my body that has not stood the test of time. You understand? And as they say, it's a brand new technology. Unlike the traditional vaccine, this is a brand new technology that they know very little about. You understand? So why should I take that risk?
As the first speaker said, the negative effects are too many. The same science that the school and always talks about the same science we watching every day too. I see the negative effects of this vaccination. And the school won't tell you. There is workers here who took the vaccine and fall ill in the hospital. There's a particular worker who is still home 3 weeks now. Can't come to after taking the vaccine.
One of my brothers told me yesterday, man, a young lady breaking down in tears, broke down in tears, because she's nursing a young baby. You understand? And forcing her, you know about that? Broke down in tears. People are stressed and frustrated. You understand? You don't do that to people.
It should not be forced upon us. I've been here 23 years with the company, and it should not be forced upon us. Our job should not be at stake when coming to the vaccine.
Thank you very much. He said he's been working there for 30 years. We have the Attorney Ruggles Ferguson. But before we go to the attorney, today we also heard from the St. George's University, and they said that today they began the next phase in their plan to welcome back staff and faculty to the campus. They say that their primary commitment is to provide a safe environment for all in the university's community as part of the university's long-term planning for safe returning to the August 2021 term, or for the August 2021 term. COVID-19 vaccination is now required for all students, faculty, staff, administrators, vendors, and visitors entering the campus. Now, we have online Attorney Ruggles Ferguson, and we just want to have a brief conversation with him about that. Attorney, welcome to tonight's program.
Hi, good evening, Mikey, and good evening, listeners and viewers.
No, I know this is a very ticklish subject, as you would imagine. But does the law support the kind of moves taken by some institutions or businesses by requiring some of their workers to be vaccinated as a condition for continued employment?
Well, the short answer, Mikey, is no. And I think that is one of the challenges. The states, whether in Grenada, most states throughout the region, aim to achieve what is referred to as herd immunity, which requires up to 70% of the population being vaccinated. Now, there is no legislative structure in place to deal with mandatory vaccinations. And therefore, what you see happening now, unfolding now, is expected to unfold and can probably lead to some confusion and chaos in some areas, because it's left to the policy of the employer. There's no legislative mechanism in place. Say, for example, one may say, arguing on the basis of what is referred to as the common law that we still observe, that's judge-made law over the years. You have the common law, and then you have laws passed by Parliament, statutes, in other words. And we have, for example, the Employment Act, which is one of the statutory provisions in Grenada, and it makes provision for the relationship between the employer and the employee, and circumstances under which the employee can be disciplined, and the kinds of disciplinary action ranging from an oral warning to dismissal. Now, in the case of mandatory vaccination, there is no law that speaks to that right now, and so the policy out there is vaccinate or you can't come to the compound, you can't come to work physically. So the issue then becomes one of, if somebody is not vaccinated and they have some reason that could be considered a valid reason not to be vaccinated, then what happens to that person? Or if the reason is not accepted by the employer, what happens to that person? If you are working, for example, for 25 years in a particular company, you have a clean record, you have no disciplinary infractions, and for some reason you refuse to take the vaccine, then can the employer dismiss you? And if the employer dismisses you, are you entitled to any benefits? So, for example, under the existing law, if you are, and that's the Employment Act, if you are terminated at the instance of the employer without cause, in other words, there's no cause to dismiss you, but because of the operational requirements of the business, for example, you are terminated, then you are entitled to what is referred to as severance pay or termination allowance from the employer. The question arises because there is no legislative framework, no regulations in place. What happens if somebody does not take the vaccine? No, you can't force people to take the vaccine. You can't hold them down and give them the vaccine. I think that is clearly accepted across the board. And you can create conditions that are restrictive and maybe coercive to take the vaccine. But where jobs are involved, the question is, how far can the employer go? And what steps does the employer follow in ultimately reaching dismissal? As I say, there is no legislative mechanism in place, and that can cause arbitrary action out there because it's left to the subjective view of employers where there is no legislative mechanism in place. So that is one of the concerns. I must say there are powerful arguments on the part of both on the part of the employer and the employee that says, listen, I'm reluctant to take this vaccination. And the jury is out in terms of right and wrong. But let's put that aside. What are the mechanisms in place to deal with possibly unscrupulous employers who might say, listen, I see the opportunity now to fire somebody and ensure that I don't have to pay that person benefits in the future. So as it stands now, there are certain openings that need to be closed. There are certain regulations that need to be put in place to ensure that people are not arbitrarily treated and their jobs threatened. So, for example, somebody may not be able to physically come to work because of whatever reason they can't take the vaccine. Is there an alternative to the vaccine that says, listen, then you will have to get tested ever so often? You would have to follow certain protocols, or even the option of working remotely ought to be open to you.
All right, all right.
These are some of the challenges, Mikey, in relation to this matter.
And what obligation does the government have in terms of mediating or steering the course where this conversation is concerned?
Well, governments are leaving it up to the employer, and that's you see part of the challenge, because the state's objective, and the states here, when I say the state's objective, it embraces government policy, is that let's try to get 70% of the workers, of the population vaccinated. And in order to achieve that, let's ensure well, you can use persuasive techniques in order to do that. Mass education. You can have a plan in place that ensures that you meet your targets, or you work towards your target. However, what most governments in the region, and it seems beyond, are doing is to leave it up to the employer to introduce a policy. So employer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 may say, listen, you need to be vaccinated in order to continue working with me. Employer 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 may not have that policy. Then you might find in implementing the policy, employer 1 and 2 might say, listen, okay, if you can't come, you have some conscientious objection to the vaccine. Therefore, listen, let us work out mechanisms. You are a good worker, you are good workers, you have served me over a long period. Let us work out some remote operation. But then employer 2, 3, 4, and 5 might say, listen, that's the policy. You either follow it or you go. If you go, then what happens? Does that constitute under the employment law a valid reason for dismissal? Because the employment law says that if you are terminating an employee, there must be a valid reason for dismissal. That valid reason must be connected to either 1, the conduct of the employee, 2, the operational requirements of the entity, 3, breach of contract or breach of regulations. Is there a breach of regulations? Can that be considered misconduct if you choose not to take a vaccine? All these issues are relevant issues in this debate, Mikey.
All right, Attorney. Well, thank you for coming on and with us. We really appreciate your contribution in the whole conversation. But let's see where this will go within the next few days.
Yes, it's interesting. But just as a parting shot, I think that more needs to be done out there. The employment of persuasive techniques. I see incentives have started here. So you have incentives, you have persuasive techniques. You can also have and organize even workplace visits where you can actually, people don't have to go to line, people who are reluctant may not have to go to line up. So you can interface with people at the workplace, hear their concerns, and even, send out teams so that people can get vaccinated. Because look at what is happening in Trinidad now. You have lines for miles with people trying to get vaccinated. So education is critical, mass mobilization of the population, incentives, persuasive techniques. All these ought to be employed in the mix and not just leave it to just the issue of mandatory vaccination. You take it or you leave it, and if you don't take it, you face adverse consequences, including possibly losing the benefits that you may have worked so hard to achieve over many, many years.
Thanks for that parting comment. Again, Attorney Ruggles Ferguson, thank you for taking the time off from your current event to be here with us tonight. Thanks again.
Yes, you're most welcome, Mikey.
All right, folks, and that's Attorney at Law Ruggles Ferguson giving his take on the current situation. And speaking of incentives, we'll talk about that because the government has introduced some sort of a lottery as an incentive for persons who are taking the vaccine. So we'll talk about that in a moment. But we have former employee of the St. George's University to hear from. But today we met up with the trade union. That's Andre Lewis. He is the head of the Technical and Allied Workers Union. And these were his comments relating to today's happening.
Well, we have written to the school stating our position that vaccination cannot be a condition of employment for workers who are already employed. The school position, as everyone may know, is that unless you're vaccinated, you can't enter the compound. Today is the first day that has occurred because today is the 15th. We have informed the workers before today that if and when that happens, then the union will take up the matter officially with the school because today is the first time it may happen. Although we have met with the school before to discuss the matter and inform them that we will not agree to this, today it has happened. So the next procedure now is for us to establish contact with the school, start the dispute resolution, and take it from there. Yes? So that's basically what has happened. We disagree. You must recall that the union has said, TAU in particular have said before, and the TUC have said that we do not accept that vaccination should be a condition of employment for people who are already employed, because it will be unilaterally changing the contract of employment. But the school as the employer has said you can't enter, and we will not encourage the workers to try to break down the gate to go inside. Are you following me? So this now will trigger the process of engagement in terms of the industrial resolution process.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andre Lewis. And we also heard from the former employee of the St. George's University, who is now the head, the leader of the opposition, Tobias Clement. And he's also saying that vaccinations are very, very, very important, and it has saved mankind before. It continues to save mankind. But when it comes to the use of the emergency use of a vaccine, at this stage, he doesn't think that it should be made mandatory.
I do believe that one has to be careful in moving forward, especially emergency use of the vaccine, and not mandate it for people, because yes, you can mandate a vaccine, and vaccine has been mandated before. I mean, especially when you have to interact with people and when you have to go to school and so forth. But it is not mandatory for emergency use. Outside of that, when all is clear, then you can say, yes, this is the efficacy, this is the drawback, that probably maybe 1 in 6 million person might succumb to it regardless of what it is. But until we move past emergency use, I do not believe that it should be mandated for people. I mean, I do believe that, like I said before, if they had asked me to do a trial when it was being tried, I would, because I'm involved in science. And take one for humanity too. Why not? I would do that. So and this is where I stand with the science of it. And people must have a choice. People must know. I tell people call me all the time to ask me about the vaccine. And what I would tell them, make sure that you consult with your physician at least. Make sure you know what you are allergic to or what you may not be allergic to. But ultimately, contact your physician, do a check, because us in Grenada, a lot of us have underlying effects that we do not know about. But if you get the all clear from your physician, then you have to take one for the world, one for your country. And so that is what I advocate, but not mandatory.
We are also taking one more initiative over the next several weeks.
And that initiative will be a lottery that we are going to be talking about in a moment. Now, we attempted to get word from the St. George's University, but we were told that, okay, they have sent out a press release, and well, I guess as much in that press release, they stated, I guess, as much as they wanted to say, and they say that the SU remains steadfast in its commitment to every member of the St. George's University commitment, from the newest to the longest serving members who contributes to the success of its students. SU faculty and staff members have shown unity of purpose, working together to develop and follow various regulations to promote the health and safety of the campus community, and will continue to do so as students start preparing to travel to Grenada. Now, they go on to say that the university supports all of its staff members and will continue to work closely with the Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, the GTAU, to ensure the safe return of faculty and staff members and members of the union. It says that planning for the safe return to campus began several months ago, and faculty and staff were notified in advance of changes to the campus entry policy. It goes on to say that while we have maintained pay for all, while we have maintained pay for all faculty and staff over the past 15 months, including salary increases and bonuses, we cannot continue to do this for those who do not return to work. And that's according to Mr. Richard Leibowitz, I think if I'm pronouncing it right. He's the Vice Chancellor of the St. George's University. He says that our goal is to have all staff and faculty return to work on campus. While we do not want to lose valuable members of our SGU community or stop pay for any staff or faculty members, we cannot return to safe operations on campus without everyone being vaccinated. All right. Then there is Mr. Terry Forrester. Now, Mr. Terry Forrester is a former public relations officer of the New National Party, who has now formed the government. And he is saying that he thinks it is an ideal time for the government to intervene in this situation.
Well, it is most unfortunate that some workers out at SGU whom had not been vaccinated are not allowed to return to work. This calls for an intervention by this government to protect the workers of this country. As far as we know, no legislation has been passed in Grenada mandating workers and the people of Grenada to take the vaccine. Even the Prime Minister himself made it very clear that it is left entirely up to the citizens who wish to take the vaccine. And therefore we see it as a right on the part of this government to intervene wherever there are discrimination with workers in whichever establishment, and to protect the rights of workers and citizens of this country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Terry Forrester. Now we're moving on. So here's what. We're going to continue to follow this development. I wish that we can have, a conversation, a dialogue with a member of the SGU community. Well, we always, we have an open door policy here. And so I'm going to publicly invite any one of you from the St. George's University who wants to speak further, as we've had the attorney speaking on the matter, then this avenue is opened. All right. Now, as it relates to vaccination in Grenada, the government, they're pulling out all the stops to make sure that they create the right environment for persons to want to be vaccinated. And so they have created what they call some sort of vaccination lottery. You understand? Now, the Health Minister, Nicholas Steele, he spoke about that today at today's post-cabinet briefing. Here goes.
We are also taking one more initiative. Over the next several weeks, we have partnered with, as Senator Cox mentioned before, Grenada. Lotto has been a partner with us from the beginning. And we are joining forces between now and the 27th, that all persons who have been vaccinated will automatically be entered in a lottery draw. And anyone who comes forward between now and the 27th will also be automatically entered into a lottery draw, which will be done on the 27th for 10,000 EC dollars. So each dose, if you come forward for one dose, you have one ticket, so to speak. If you have come forward and received 2 doses, you have 2 tickets. We want to thank Lottery for their cooperation. We'll be working and promoting and giving more information on the draw, but it's basically straightforward. You get vaccinated, you're in it. As they say, you got to be in it to win it. You get vaccinated, you're in it. I know many people out there have been going through the economic negative effects of COVID-19. And as such, I'm sure that $10,000 draw will go a long way in double benefit of them coming forward to be vaccinated to protect themselves, their livelihoods and their loved ones, and then also having a chance at a 10,000. I see many persons in the room smiling. I'm sure they are quite happy that they are already entered and quite likely have their two chances in it. But there are many out there, I think, that can use this opportunity where you've been hesitant. I know many persons have been saying, that they will take it, they're just waiting a while. But now we're giving the incentive to take it sooner rather than later, so we don't end up in a situation like we see in our neighboring countries.
All right, and so that is the minister speaking of the lottery. Today, one guy said to me, he said, Mikey, me afraid of vaccine, and I hear afraid of vaccine. But if I get a little money, I feel I will take it. Meaning not the money, you take the vaccine, Anyway, so it may just be incentive. It may just be incentive and motivation, rather than have a genuine concern for one's health. I don't know. Anyway, all right. So that's where we are coming from the Ministry of Health. We'll keep you posted on that. Now we're moving on. Officers attached to the drug squad unit arrested and charged 5 residents of non-Pariel St. Mark for several drug-related offenses in relation to a seizure of 484 pounds of marijuana on Saturday at non-Pariel St. Mark. Now, the seized marijuana carries an estimated street value of $1,097,712. Hold on. Let me go back. The drugs seized carried an estimated street value of $1,097,712. I'll leave me walk tonight. Jano. So, what? I hope all you give them men VIP seat in the police station. Offer them men coffee. And no cricks. Don't come offering them people no cricks because these people, VIP. Jano. Just when we are talking about decriminalization of marijuana, they come and they hand it to you. I don't see why a man should be going to jail for that. You should be giving them VIP seat and give them TV and I know big back TV, flat screen TV and thing, you know, with coffee. And I mean, I know cheap coffee, you know. You know what I mean? And give them good thing to sit down and eat and thing and talk to them and them and thing, treat them people and them proper. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we're just talking about this, the hardship in the country. You know, the amount that thing we could do with our money, dog. You understand? You know the amount that thing we could do with that money, I'll take all the time with them people think, you know. Make sure every single ounce of thing is accounted for. When the thing fix up and they adjust the law and thing, call back them men and say, here's what? It's like an investment. No! It's like an investment and the next thing they make a phone call, you know what I mean? Ring. Yes, as it relates to that incident that happened on Saturday 12, because the laws have changed, we are calling you to let you know that we have deposited in your bank account the no. Anyway, lately that talk, eh? But that's the estimated street value of the drugs that was seized. Eston Young was charged for importation of a controlled drug and trafficking a controlled drug. Errol Richards was charged for trafficking a controlled drug. Zoid Clement, Waleed John, and Brent Patrick were charged for possession and handling of a controlled drug. They were charged on Monday, 14th June 2021, and are expected to make their first court appearance at the Gov't Magistrates Court on Wednesday, 16th June 2021, according to this information that we received from the Royal Grenada Police Force. Our conversation has started on the decriminalization of marijuana and so on, and so I do not know how these things will be treated and so on, but as for now, persons are still being charged and so on. Well, of course, because the laws have not been adjusted, and even if it has been adjusted, I don't think they would allow persons that kind of marijuana in their possession, and certainly not for import and export and so on. That would have to go through another channel. All right. So, where are we now? So yes. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to pause for a little while. We want to encourage you to visit our website. That's MikeyLive.com, MikeyLive.com. There you would find stories posted there. You will also find the information from the SGU there. You'll also find other things that has happened that you have not heard, or even those that you heard here. You will be able to find some of these stories on our website, MikeyLive.com. You can also check out our YouTube channel, follow our channel and follow our page so that you'll get notification whenever we go live. We're taking a break. We're coming back. When we come back, we've got the national report for you, and as well, we also have the weather. We'll be back.
Refresh and win. Refresh and win $10,000 cash with Coca-Cola. Yes, you could be the lucky winner of $10,000 cash when you enjoy a 591 ml or 355 ml Coca-Cola original taste or 591 ml Sprite. Look under the special yellow cap to find your unique code and text to 423-1131 or enter via the web portal lnq.in/Coca-Cola-GD to win weekly cash prizes, grocery vouchers, meal vouchers, mobile credits, free Coca-Cola, or the grand prize of $10,000 cash. Refresh and enter as often as you like. Coca-Cola. Open for better. Terms and conditions apply. Visit Coca-Cola Grenada on Facebook and Instagram for details. Please follow all COVID-19 protocols when redeeming prizes.
If it's tech, we got it. If it's an appliance, we've got that too. Dad, if you want it, you should get it this Father's Day at Gov't. Gov't has unbeatable prices, up to 30% off selected products. So whatever you want, you should get it. Only at Gov't, bringing value home.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Welcome to Yogo. Most of you know us for our food delivery service and our food pass for free delivery from restaurants. But did you know you can also use us for grocery deliveries too? We've just added another 5,000 plus new items to Yogo's supermarket. And stay updated as we add more products and vendors. Yogo Services is our convenient skip the line offering. Let us pay your electric, water, and other utility bills for you. With us, you'll be able to buy tickets, pay your rent, schedule bookings, and other services. Need a ride to get somewhere? Give Yogo Lyft a try. Select your pickup location and destination location and wait for our driver to collect you. Never have to worry about how you're gonna get to a place again. Please see website or app for our service locations. And sign up now.
Government of Grenada seeks to incentivize vaccination process. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Tuesday, June 15th, 2021, I am Chrisanne Mitchell. The government of Grenada is attempting to incentivize the vaccination process as part of efforts to increase the number of persons receiving the AstraZeneca shot in the fight against COVID-19. Grenada is now introducing a lottery draw which will be exclusive to those who have received either their first dose or both doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine. Through a partnership with the Ministry of Health and the Grenada National Lotteries Authority, vaccinated individuals will automatically be entered into the draw. Using data from the Ministry of Health's registry, eligible persons will have either one entry or two if
I know many go back.
Grenada has no active cases at this time. The country recorded its last new COVID-19 case on April 28. 18,796 individuals have received their first dose of the vaccine and 9,824 have received both doses. Contracts have been awarded to 2 local contractors to execute work on the River Road flood mitigation project. The St. John's River is known to be a hazard. When the country experiences torrential rains which result in a heavy flow downstream, the volume of water normally overflows the banks of the river. Minister for Infrastructure Development, Senator the Honorable Nolan Cox, elaborated on the latest developments relating to this project during Tuesday's post-cabinet press briefing.
Contract have been awarded to two contractors who will be implementing the works at the St. John's River. That is Sunrise Construction and Creative Design. So they'll be working on the rehabilitation of that area to ensure that the people of the River Road are safe, especially as we approach the rainy season. So work should commence in July on that river flood mitigation project. That project stems from the Steels Auto, the bridge by Steels Auto, all the way down to the mouth of the St. John's River. So we are very happy to have that project. Actually, at this point, this has been a long time that we've been trying to get this project off, and so we are very excited about that. And of course, I know the people of River Road area are also very much excited.
Senator Cox said that according to the scope of work, contractors will have an estimated 6 to 8 months to execute the project, weather permitting.
What is expected on that project is significant work in terms of actually the dredging of the riverbed, the size of the river, the embankment are going to be built in some cases, reinforced concrete. In some cases, gabion baskets are going to be used and where appropriate. The whole idea is to allow for a smoother flow of the river to avoid and to prevent overflowing of the banks. That is the main challenge that we have in the area. We have seen a number of significant incidents where vehicles, even some persons being washed away. And so we're trying to avoid that. So that is what the project seeks to do.
The project has been divided into 4 packages to enable multiple persons to participate in the implementation process.
One of the things that we have been doing is we have been negotiating with the contractors in trying to get the best price. So after a person's tender and we receive those bids, we will go, you'll call them, and the engineers will sit down, the consulting firm, which is best on, who did the designs for us. They will sit with them and work with them to get the price down. Of course, we try to get value for money. And so I know that negotiations have been going on for 1 or 2 of those packages. So it's not finalized yet. So the overall price for the job has not been finalized yet, but it's a couple $1 million as well.
The St. John's River Flood Mitigation Project is said to be a high-risk job that is time-sensitive and requires the use of heavy equipment. The contractors are likely to work late in the evening once the weather permits, since the project is getting started during the rainy season. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
Hello everyone, I'm Lauren St. Louis, Senior Agricultural Officer attached to the Extension Division. The Ministry of Agriculture is inviting all farmers, registered farmers, to participate in its Farm Labor Support Program. The program will begin around the 22nd of June, and applications are online, or you can get an application form from your district office. If you have any further questions or queries, you can call the Ministry of Agriculture at 440-2708. Thank you.
Welcome back. Government's plan to rebuild the Seamoon Cultural Center has moved one step closer to reality. The Seamoon Cultural Center, which was destroyed during the passage of Hurricane Ivan in 2004, was one of the premier locations for cultural activities on the island. On Tuesday, during the government's weekly post-cabinet press briefing, Infrastructure Minister Senator Norland Cox informed the media that the project is now out for tender.
The Seamoon Cultural Center, as most persons would have known, the Seamoon Cultural Center was destroyed by Hurricane Ivan in 2004. And we have been working since 2018 to now very hard to get this project up and running. We have completed a number of activities, and I'm happy to indicate that that project is now also out for tender. And so soon, very soon, we believe that before the end of this year, we are going to have work commence at the Seamoon Cultural Center to have that, to bring back cultural activities back to the community of Seamoon. They have been looking for it. Had an opportunity to consult with them when we were looking at the concept designs, and they are very excited about that project.
In addition to generating jobs during the construction phase of the project, once complete, it is expected to influence a return of economic activities to Seamoon and Paradise area.
The parliamentary rep, Prime Minister, have been very forceful in ensuring that this project is one of the strongest advocates for this project to ensure that it is completed successfully, so that we can have our carnival activities. Unfortunately, not this year, but hopefully next year, we can have our semi-finals, Calypso semi-finals, Papi that used to take place in Seamoon. Will be well nice to have that back at Seamoon once we have that facility up and completed. So the people of St. Andrews, they are very much happy about this project.
Finally, in the news, asphalt has been laid on 1,650 meters of roadway from Gru Bailey Hill to Hermitage Primary School, representing 50% of the road network in Phase 1 of the St. Patrick Road Upgrade Project. It is funded by the Government of Grenada and the OPEC Fund for International Development. Agib Harford is the site engineer with project contractors Caribbean Consolidators Construction Company. He told the Government Information Service that the project is progressing well.
We are working on a further 600 meters up to Belmont Estate. NASA cleared that section of road for us approximately 2 weeks ago. So we completed the subbase, and we had the Bureau come in this week, perform the test on the subbase to ensure that it made the standard. And from there we'll be progressing on to the base course, and then after the base course will be the asphalting.
Agib says, based on work done to date with the construction of proper drains, he does not foresee delays due to rains except when there are extremely heavy downpours.
You would see that all the bridges have been completed, so we're out of the river, and the areas of main concern as it relates to water and water flow we have completed there. We have approximately 90% of the drains completed. The remaining 10% is not major drains, it's mostly slipper drains and raising of the existing drainage. So the water should not affect those works. I mean, you would have the little delays with time when we have bad weather, but other than that, it shouldn't pose any serious risk to the work.
That story has ended the national report for Tuesday, June 15th, 2021. Recapping the main headline, Government of Grenada seeks to incentivize vaccination process. On behalf of the entire news and production team here at the Government Information Service, I am Chris Mitchell saying thank you for joining us.
All right, thank you very much, Chrisanne, and the rest of the news team. And now for a look at the weather. Now, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy, hazy and windy, with some light to moderate showers as we're having now. The minimum temperature is expected to be about 25 degrees Celsius, winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves up to 7 feet in open waters. A small craft advisory is in effect. And before we wrap, let's say hello to Suzette, who was supposed to be in detention tonight for living without having permission to do so last night. Raven, Chemo, Nathaniel, Gail, Shireen, Angel, Cynthia, Lorraine. Who else is with us? Cheryl is with us as well. And we have Amina. Hi, Amina. How are you doing? Brenda is with us as well. Allison is with us tonight. Hi, Allison. Charmaine is with us. Shamanda is with us as well. Hi, Shamanda. What's up? Bernadette is with us as well. Dudley is with us. Hi, Dudley. Robbie is with us. Simone. Hey, Simone. How are ya? Who else is with us? And everybody, those of you who are not saying anything, those of you, Dari. All right, and we see another Cheryl here. Those of you who say things, those are Marilyn, Chrissy, there's Lilia. How are you doing? Veronica is with us as well. Clintia, how are you doing, Clintia? So everyone else, blessings to you, all right? May God richly bless you and the family. Let's go. We went a little over time tonight, but anyway, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Ja! No, God bless you. I love and appreciate you. I respect you. All right? May God bless you.